Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time of seeing this channel, don't make it your last. Please consider hitting the subscribe button and joining the bestiship. And to my returning besties, welcome, and I'm super excited to have you with me on another video or in another video. So guys, in today's video, I'll be sharing with you practical steps that I took to rewire my brain back to happiness. I'm sure a lot of you will be wondering, can I rewire my brain to happiness? Can you trick your brain to become happy? Of course you can. Anything is possible for the will of the heart. You just have to, will yourself to do it. And after all, your brain is your brain, so you can make it do whatever you want it to do. Trust me, you just need to get the hack of it. So a couple of years back, I wasn't in this frame of mind that I'm currently in. I would love to say and believe that I'm mentally in a happier space than I was like 3 years back. There were things happening in my life then that weighed me down. I was constantly anxious, and I lost track of all the things that made me happy. I remember talking to a friend and I was telling her, Joy, I don't really feel happy like I used to be. The things that excited me were no longer exciting to me. They were just like, meh, I wasn't really that excited. I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to see nobody. I don't know. I used to like to say I was having a depressive mood then, or I was in a depressive state. My friend Kamal would tell me, no, you're not depressed. It's just temporary. Do you know what depression is? And Africans, we really don't like to believe that we suffer from depression, anxiety, and all of these mental illnesses, but we really do. Every day is not happy for us. There are many things happening in this life that is what's leaving you in a depressive. In fact, there are many things happening in life that can make you fall into depression, fall into anxiety, and before you know it, you're like an alien to yourself. You no longer know who you are. Can't really reach into yourself to get back your happiness. So today I'll be sharing with you practical steps you can take to rewire your brain back to happiness. I did these things and I'm very certain that if you try them and you put your heart to it, you're going to be happy in, say, highest 2 weeks. Trust me, you need to be intentional about it for it to work. And my fourth point that I'll be sharing is one of my favorite things to do to rewire my brain back to happiness. So if you stick to the end of this video, you're going to get to know what that is. So first things first, we need to define happiness. And like always, I always have my points written down. So if you notice me looking down a bit, it's me trying not to forget anything. So first things first, what is happiness? Happiness is a state of well-being where you feel contented and you feel joyful with the things happening in your life or the things that you are experiencing. You're happy with your life, you're not envious, you're not comparing your life to whatever is happening out there or to whoever has whatever going on for them. You can say that you are happy. When you say you are living a happy life, it means that you're experiencing more positive things than negative things. I'm not saying that when you're happy, your life is like happy 24/7, 100% all of the time. There are moments where you'll be unhappy, definitely, but your sad moments is not going to like outweigh or be more than your happy moments. So that is happiness. You might be wondering, how can I rewire my brain to be happy? Well, you can do this by doing the things that makes you happy. It sounds simple, right? In fact, it is common sense. When you're unhappy, do something that makes you happy. Well, I'm going to go deeper into this because, sometimes you know what to do, but you're not sure how to go about it. So that is why I'm making this video. So let's get into the good stuff. What were the things that I did back then that helped me rewire my brain back to happiness that you should incorporate into your life to also, get back your happiness? Number one thing I did was I started to be more positive. In life, if you are not positive and you are more negative than you are positive, it's going to affect your happiness. And how does this happen? It starts to make you live a life that feels like there is no light at the end of the tunnel. You have no positive beliefs. You have nothing that makes you feel like things can turn around for good. And when you are constantly in that negative space, you are going to be feeling unhappy constantly. Now, in order for you to live a more positive life, you need to experience more positive emotions. Positive emotions like laughing, smiling, hanging around people that are positive-minded. So how do you get these positive emotions? You can get positive emotions through learning a new thing. There's this feeling of accomplishment that you get when you learn a new thing. So recently I was feeling bored and I was just like, this coding that people talk about, let me even try to see if it is hard or if it's something that I'll be able to do. Mind you, I'm not a science student, I was an art student. I opened an account on Free Code Camp and then I started to take a course in coding, and I already gave up anyways. But the fact that I was able to do a couple of the assignment that was given, I was able to like answer like 2 questions. I felt proud of myself that this is something you'll be able to do if you put your mind to it though. Just do something new. If you try something new and you get accomplished in it, me, I wasn't accomplished in coding anyway, but it's just an example. So if you can try something new and you become accomplished in that, then it could be learning a new skill, learning to sew, learning to bake, learning to design, learning to, upcycle, whatever it is that your hands can do. Get creative. You have that feeling of accomplishment, and then you have positive emotions. So another way you can experience positive emotions is through sounds. Now, sounds like music, the media you listen to, or the media you give your attention to. I think I need to say this. There are some music or there are some sounds that you listen to and then suddenly your mood is low, and then there are some sounds you listen to and your mood is high. Let me know in the comment section if you've experienced this before. So you need to be very careful the kind of things you pay attention to. What music are you listening to? Some people, when they are feeling sad, they listen to more sad songs, and I find it really weird. Like, you are sad, you're listening to sad music. Is it that you want to stay in that state of sadness? You're supposed to pull yourself out of it. So instead of listening to sad songs that is going to evoke emotions of sadness or feelings of sadness in you, you need to become intentional and start listening to sounds that elevate your spirit, elevate your soul, sounds that will get you up there feeling pumped and ready to dance, So that is what I'm talking about when it comes to music. Be very careful with what you listen to. So seek out activities and experiences that gives you positive experiences, and this will improve your overall well-being. Another way I was able to rewire my brain back to happiness was using positive visualization. Now, what is positive visualization? It's a technique that you use to imagine what it is that you want in your life. And when you are imagining these things, you are not just imagining it for imagining sake. You're imagining it to print it into your brain. It's a technique you use to visualize or imagine yourself achieving certain goals. Let's say, for example, you want to be a very well-known model. You don't know how to go about it yet, or you are just getting started. When you close your eyes, you imagine yourself walking on a runway. You imagine the crowd, you imagine the lights, you imagine the beautiful outfits, you imagine people clapping for you. You imagine yourself doing your strut and catwalking so elegantly on the runway. And you imagine yourself excelling, making money, being famous, if that is what you want. When you imagine all of these things, how do you feel? You feel very happy, right? You feel as if it is happening already. You're feeling very happy. So when you start to feel that happiness, it is imprinting happiness into your brain, and not just imprinting happiness into your brain, it is also preparing your mind and your brain to get ready to achieve success. In order to get your positive visualization right, you need to get your goal. What is your goal? What is that thing that you want to achieve? When you find out what it is you really want to achieve, you sit down in a quiet place, start to imagine you achieving that thing. Start to imagine yourself excelling at that thing. Start to imagine all of the successes that comes with that particular thing. And so when you imagine it, you are going to be able to get ready to achieve that success because it is already in your head. The more vividly you can imagine it, the better for you. One important thing about positive visualization is that it programs your mind for success. This is not daydreaming. It is you thinking about that thing that is your goal you want to squash, you want to achieve. So if you are able to imagine it vividly, there is that hunger in you to be able to go out there and do that thing because you want to experience that success that you saw in your mind's eye in reality. So the number 3 thing that I did is called cognitive restructuring. At the time I was doing this thing, I didn't know it was called cognitive restructuring until recently. So cognitive restructuring is another technique that you can use to rewire your brain to happiness. And how do you do this? You start to replace the negative thoughts, the negative beliefs with positive ones. Sounds easy, right? But it is hard, especially if you're currently experiencing unhappiness and negative thoughts, Now, it is a well-known fact that if you want to be happy, you need to substitute your negative thoughts for positive thoughts. And to do this, you need to identify what your negative thoughts are, and then you challenge those thoughts. Take, for example, you are working in an organization and you are constantly afraid that, hey, I'm going to get sacked. Oh, I'm going to have a problem with my boss. And then you get so anxious. And before you know it, you start making mistakes. So in order to avoid these thoughts of, I'm going to get sacked, what you do is you counter or you challenge that thoughts in your head. Like, wait, why am I getting sacked? What did I do? Did I do anything bad? Am I bad at my job? Is there something that I'm not doing that is going to make me get sacked? If all your questions, if you ask yourself these questions and your answer is a no, then it is you challenging that negative thought and stopping it right there. Because one thing about negative thoughts is once you give it room, it continues to go on and on. From you're getting sacked, it will start telling you are going to become broke and you die poor. It's going to bring up so many crazy things in your head. So you must learn to, tell it stop, challenge it, question it. How true is this fear that I'm having? How true is this thing? If your answer is no, then you're good to go. So that is how you practice cognitive restructuring. Always challenge your negative thoughts, your negative fears. So I did a little research on this cognitive restructuring, and there are 4 steps to it. The first step to cognitive restructuring involves identifying the negative thoughts or worries that are causing you distress. Once you identify the worries, then you know what your problem is, right? Now, secondly, you challenge the accuracy of the thoughts. That was what I was saying. If you're afraid of getting sacked, ask yourself, am I not doing my job right? What is it I'm doing wrong, So you challenge the accuracy of the thought. Number 3 thing you do is you develop a more realistic or positive perspective of the situation. Finally, practice repeating the new positive thoughts that is in your mind. So for example, again, you are scared of getting sacked and you've asked yourself, have I been doing anything bad at my job? Have I been bad at my job? Have I been doing something wrong? If you figure out that you've been good, you've not had any issues at all, then you need to replace that fear with, I am good at my job, I am good at this, my boss is happy with me, every day I'm learning to become better at this job, And now this leads me to my next point. The next thing I did to rewire my brain to happiness was positive affirmations. I'm so big on positive affirmations, and if you know me well, you know this already. And I don't know why some people are like, what is affirmations? Affirmations are just words. Affirmations are not just words. Affirmations are words you speak and then you bring them to life. The universe actually listens. The universe, God, learn and practice positive affirmations. There are so many positive affirmations that you can say over your life. Affirmations can also be prayers too. You speak them into your life and then they come to life. They become your reality. They become the truth that you live by. A lot of times when something bad happens, you are quick to say, oh, I'm so sad, I lost money. There was a time I lost a very, very huge amount of money. That was sometime last year. I was so sad. So I had to tell myself that money goes, money comes. As long as I am still alive, I can still make money, right? And ever since then, God has come through. I did not die because I lost money. I was sad for a couple of days, but I had to pick up myself. So start to practice positive affirmations. Speak affirmations over your life. Change your inner dialogue. What are the conversations you have with yourself in your head? What are the things you say to yourself? A lot of times your words have power. In fact, not a lot of times. Every word you say to yourself, everything you speak over your life has power. So that's why you need to be careful when you say, oh, I am sad, oh, I'm depressed, oh, I'm anxious. How about you replace those negative words, negative statements with, I am happy, I am cheerful. Sometimes if you stand in front of a mirror and you just smile, your brain will think something happy happened to you and that's why you're smiling. So you can trick this brain of yours. Just smile. Over time, your brain is going to be trained into reacting positively to negative situations. So about affirmations, let me say some affirmations for you that I saved. Every morning you wake up, you can stand in front of a mirror or just say to yourself, I am happy. I choose a path of happiness and wellness. I am creating happiness within myself. I choose to be happy every day of my life. Today is a good day and I choose to be happy. I have to hold this mic because I can hear some background noise, and I do apologize in advance in case you can hear any background noise. Yes, my neighbors. So tell yourself, I deserve to be happy. Happiness comes to me with ease. My life is full of wonderful experiences and happy experiences. And over time, you start to become all of these things that you are affirming. You have to practice saying happy affirmations every day. Make it one of the things you do every day when you wake up. You can say them once a day, twice a day, anytime you get a chance. Just say affirmations, and before you know it, you start living your affirmations because your affirmations come to life. And finally, the last thing I did to rewire my brain back to happiness was practicing gratitude. This one, a lot of you are guilty of it. Yes, you are guilty of it. We don't show enough gratitude. Sometimes we feel like we're lacking so much that we are not even seeing the things that we have. Do you know that you're living in your answered prayers currently? There was a time in your life that your prayer point was, Lord, take me to this position, and you're currently in that position, but you've forgotten you said those prayers, and now you are still expecting more, and so you are blind to see that you are currently living in an answered prayer. Not to get all preachy here, but the point is that you need to practice gratitude. And the beautiful thing about gratitude is that it opens the pathway or the doorway to more opportunities to come to you. When you are grateful, you are sending a message to the universe that, oh, I'm happy you send this thing my way. I'm super grateful. You can do more, and then the universe is so happy to do more for you, because when you are grateful, you are leaving yourself open to receiving more blessings. What are the things you are grateful for? You might be thinking that there's nothing happening in my life. Your health is a gift. You have a job. You have a roof over your head. Every day you wake up, you have the choice of choosing to focus on the negative or positive aspect of your life. Make sure that your choice is always the positive aspect. I understand that feeling grateful can be so hard, especially when things are not going the way we want them to go, or maybe you are feeling unhappy or you're experiencing some things. But you still need to be intentional about being grateful. Still give gratitude for what you have. One way you can practice gratitude or ensure that you're practicing gratitude is having a gratitude journal. This gratitude journal is going to serve as a reminder to you in future when you feel like you have nothing to be grateful for. You can look at it and, thank God. So if you have a gratitude journal, start journaling or writing down all of the things that makes you happy, the things you're grateful for. Keeping a gratitude journal will help you train your brain to keep track of all of the positive things that you've experienced before. So you see, you are helping your brain through gratitude as well. So in case you've been wondering how to rewire your brain back to happiness, I hope that this video was able to provide you with some answers, and you're going to actually practice all of the points that I listed, all the practical steps that I gave to you. You're going to try them out, and let me know when you try them out. Thank you so much for watching this video so far. If you're yet to hit the subscribe button, what are you still waiting for? Hit the subscribe button and join the bestiship. So don't forget to drop your comments and like this video. It will help the YouTube algorithm to know that a lot of you are watching this video, you find it super helpful, and you also want this video to get across to many other people who might also be willing and needing this type of videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.